Well, Cobe, welcome to our little home here in Chicago, man. Tell us a little about yourself, your name, where you from. Tell us a little bit about Cure Violence.
First of all, I want to say thank you for having me, man. I'm happy to be here.
Our pleasure.
And I love what Swish House is doing every day, man.
Thank you.
Cobe Williams, born and raised on the south side of Chicago. You know, love this city. This city has been really great to me. I wouldn't want to move nowhere else, but stay here in Chicago. But you know,
best city in the world.
At an early age,
yeah,
my father was my role model. That's who I looked up to.
Yep.
My father was murdered when I was like 11 years old. I remember going to visit him before he got out of prison, you know, as a kid, and he was always my mentor. That's who I looked up to. I wanted to be like my father. So he came home, spent, I guess, a year or so together, and ended up getting killed. So at an early age, you know, I just turned to the streets.
How old were you?
11. I was 11 years old. So the streets was exciting to me at that time. So I grew up fast, you know, and I was able to be around that whole street atmosphere, right? Making choices at an early age. But keep in mind, I knew right from wrong, but I choose to make bad decisions because it was exciting to me. And the guys who I'm running around with, we had something in common. And the thing we had in common, we had no father in our life.
Gotcha.
So the streets was what it was.
Gotcha, man. Well, tell me, you know, obviously we met through, you know, mutual connection of ours, Arnie Duncan.
Yes.
You know, who's involved with
Great
Chicago.
guy. Great
who's
guy.
involved with Chicago Cred. You know, he turned me on to what you and Dr. Williams are doing, Monique Williams, who I've met. Tell us a little bit about Cure Violence Global. Talk to me about the Interrupters, the documentary, and then the book, which your book, which I read, Interrupting Violence. Just kind of tell us how this all came about, man. Just your personal experience.
Okay, so 20-some years ago, Cure Violence was here. It started like in 2000.
Okay.
So now it's going on the 25th year this year that's been around. But before it was called Cure Violence Global, it used to be called Ceasefire.
Ceasefire, okay.
So it was Ceasefire. So we changed our name over probably a decade or so, because we look at violence as a disease. So when I say about Cure Violence, it's an international organization that look at violence as a disease. So Cure Violence used the public health approach to reduce shooting and killing, but most important, to help change mindsets and want people to understand just because you make choices in your life is not over, right? So we want to educate people about violence, but also shift it about mindsets, how you could start one way and change your life and become something else. So that was my life. I started off gangbanging, selling drugs, doing everything under the sun. But then I get introduced to Ceasefire when I came home from prison, and I started volunteer. So the person who helped me start doing this work is Mr. Shorty Freeman. He is the founder of the group I was a part of.
Okay.
So he said, Cobe, you came home, you gotta do something different. He had just did 28 years. He came home. So all my life, you know how you want to make the right choice, but you always think about how people might see you. So I just came home, volunteered doing this work, and got this opportunity. And I started off being a violence interrupter with Cure Violence Global. A violence interrupter job is more like a firefighter. Says something, fire is burning down a building, it's the fireman's job, right, to put it out. So when there's a lot of shooting and killing going on in the community, it's the violence interrupter's job to mediate conflicts to stop people from shooting, killing each other.
Right.
So to de-escalate a lot of these situations. So I continued doing that for a long time. And as I was doing that, I became the director of the national program for Cure Violence Global. So my job now is to help replicate and implement and replicate Cure Violence model all over the world, national and international.
And you guys are actually going into the streets under the most dangerous, you know, kind of like most violent areas of Chicago, of other cities where the most gun violence is happening, call it the most red zones, the worst parts of the country. And you're going in and your folks are going in and really trying to talk people down, right? Like you're going in there de-escalating after maybe somebody's been shot and killed, shot and, you know, critically injured. You guys are going in and speaking to them. And talk to me about what that is, man. I mean,
so what we're doing now, it's
hard for a lot of people to
So we mostly doing all our work national, international now, but the early stage, we really help set the foundation for the violence prevention infrastructure here in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's a lot of organizations doing great work. Arnie Duncan, Chicago Craig, MFS, Metropolitan Family Service, Von Bryant, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
a lot of people doing a lot of great things. Tenny Gross, a lot of organizations doing great things. So a lot of the people who doing the work now, they came through ceasefire. And a lot of them got their own organizations now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them became, CEOs, managers, directors and all that. But a lot of them started with us. So it's great to see what the city is doing now because it got so many violence prevention organizations doing great work in these communities. So like I say, we're doing it mostly national and international now. But me and my brother Joaquin Noah, the co-founder of the One City together, we working with 28 violence prevention groups. And that's what we doing now. We using basketball as the hook. And Joe King always says, it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. So we using basketball to connect people because in Chicago, we got a history, man. You have to remember, Chicago Bulls, 6 rings, Michael Jordan. So we using the basketball because that helped unite people. People grew up playing basketball and people love basketball. And I don't care what race you are, that's the connection. So that's what we use basketball to bring people together all over.
No, man, and that's why we're here. I mean, I was a Bulls season ticket holder, lifelong Bulls fan, even though I'm from Ohio. But, Swish House's mission is, you guys, you love what we're doing as much as, we love what you're doing. We facilitate health and happiness through basketball. Like we make basketball accessible to everyone, no matter your age, your skill, your fitness level, whatever that may be. But I'd say immediately thereafter, the thing that I believe would be our third pillar beyond health and happiness is just facilitating peace. Bringing people, every single race, every single, socioeconomic, basketball is literally, I grew up in an all white little town in Ohio. The basketball is quite literally, sports are the only reason I have black friends, Islamic friends, it's just, I have international friends. Like I've been all over the world because of basketball. I know obviously Joaquim is as international as it gets with his family's heritage, who I've had the pleasure of meeting, his mom a couple of times, and know all the great things you guys are doing. Tell us a little bit about One City and how you're taking it to other cities, because obviously Swish House is HQ'd in Chicago. We're founded here. We're going to doing this great shooting contest project with you guys, the Swish House Gauntlet Challenge, which I just did. I'm still sweating from. Our goal is to raise as much money as we possibly can for Cure Violence. But if there's one thing you want to really center on your expansion in other cities you're going to. We're in Chicago and New York right now. We're open in Atlanta. We're open in Columbus, Ohio. I would probably say Minneapolis, San Diego. A litany of other major cities will be next. Phoenix, Milwaukee, Indianapolis.
Right.
You guys are taking this everywhere. I know Memphis is a big focus for you guys.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of other places. And I think
to us about your expansion.
Yeah. So I think when we think about One City, like Joaquin Noah always say, it's bigger than basketball. So before these young people come into the spaces, once they come to the gym, they'll be going to another room. Another room first is the workshops, because we want to educate them first, right? We want to talk to them about financial literacy. We want to talk to them about mediations, community building. We want to get them, be educated first, because we don't want them to come, you just shooting basketball and don't leave with something.
No, you got to take.
We want to educate them first on what's going on every day, but most important, we want to help them what they won't help in. We always feel like we know what's important for these young people. We like to hear from them. And they telling us what they need. They want to know how to de-escalate a situation when something take place. They want to know how to open up a bank account. You know what I'm saying? Different things like that. So we want to help them out first. So that's why we always say it's bigger than basketball. But once we get to that part,
basketball's the hook, right? I mean, that's how you get people in the door. Right?
So when we play the basketball games and all that, we bring people from different groups and different backgrounds who usually don't rock with each other.
No, you're putting gangs against each other in some
Who
situations.
look at each other as an opposition and all that. So we use this basketball. And the One City has definitely been a success that a lot of cities been reaching out. And our commissioner, Tony Allen, in Memphis and all that.
Lock-up defender.
Yes. You know what Kobe Bryant said about him? He's the best defensive player that guarded him. So, a lot of cities reaching out. Louisville, Miami, and all of them going to start the One City up soon. But we got a big event coming up in October And Cities United, one of our partners right here,
Yep.
Cities United, you know, they bring around thousands of people from all around, you know, to talk about, you know, to educate people, bring the CVI organization together about violence prevention, community violence intervention.
Yep.
So they do this once a year. So we don't do an annual tournament once a year, a national championship. So this year, Chicago be playing Memphis.
Okay.
And then Louisville play Miami, then be a championship game.
I
That'd
love
be the kickoff game first before the conference start. You know what I'm saying? So the game is on the 28th, but the conference the next few days and all that. So we want to do this everywhere.
I love it. Well, that's maybe a good jump off point, man, to kind of wrap. But just to let everybody know, you know, as the founder of Swish House, we are committed to supporting Cure Violence, not just in Chicago, but, you know, as we're growing our business in New York and other cities. And to kind of kick off, this is at the end of October, the event in Louisville.
Yes.
Yeah? So starting today, I just went through what's called the Swish House Gauntlet Challenge. Basically, it is 5 layups from the right corner. It is 5 3-pointers from the right wing, 5 mid-range jumpers from the right elbow, 5 threes from the top of the key, 5 mid-range jumpers from the left elbow, 5 threes from the left wing, and then you finish, which is really hard. It takes about 2.5, 3 minutes to finish this little drill. Finish with 5 layups from the left corner. You got to get both feet outside of the 3-point line every time. You got a rebounder. And the point is, it's $20 to enter. 100% of the money is going to go to Cure Violence Global to help get some of these Chicago participants of one city to Louisville so they can be educated and just continue to spread the great work that they're doing. And Swish House just wants to support people that are not talking about the problems in Chicago, but are actually doing things in the streets in the worst parts of the city to make it better. And that's, you know, the only type of organizations we want to support, and people like Cobe, Joachim, all your partners at Cure Violence. So thank you again so much, brother, for coming.
Thank you.
Great to
really
have you,
appreciate
brother.
this.
It,
Thank you, man.
Indeed, man. Our pleasure.